Good afternoon, everyone. A small New England town is in shock today after a drug bust erupted into gunfire. 4 officers were wounded and the town's longtime police chief, just days from retiring, was killed. As ABC's Paul Beeman explains, it was a horrifying end to a tense standoff. The New Hampshire Attorney General says the body of the man suspected of killing Maloney has been found in a house, along with that of an unidentified woman. The U.S. Supreme Court denied a final appeal less than 2 hours before the execution. 58-year-old David Alan Gore was pronounced dead at 6:19 Thursday night after receiving an injection at the Florida State Prison, something the victims' families have been longing for it to happen. David Alan Gore was executed for the 1983 murder of 17-year-old Lynn Elliott. He also confessed to killing 5 other women.
It feels victorious almost. That I did make it and saw him go.
Gore said his cousin, Fred Waterfield, was his partner throughout the killing spree, who's now serving 2 back-to-back life sentences. Waterfield's daughter, Shauna Waterfield Green, supports Gore's execution, but says her father should be a free man. Gore was visited by his mother and ex-wife early in the day. His last meal, fried chicken, french fries, a soda, and butter pecan ice cream. And now it's time to take our first look at the weather with Mike. It's Monday. It started off cloudy today, but there's a chance that we can actually have rain this weekend?
Yeah, well, not this weekend, but finally rain back in the 7-day forecast. Haven't been able to say that for a little bit now. Should be nice today. We start out with a few clouds. They'll break as the day goes on. Should be mostly sunny by the afternoon. And if you like the forecast today, you're going to like the forecast this weekend. Almost identical days. Temperatures a little bit more seasonal. Right now in the upper 70s. I think they're going to peak out right around the 80-degree range, and I think we're going to be staying primarily dry. On the storm vision area, you can see a few showers isolated right now, but they are in the Atlantic. I don't really see them pushing on shore. If anybody sees any kind of rain, it's going to be really to the east of I-95. So I'm not expecting that to make it on shore, but we're finally going to have a chance to see some rain early next week. But that's not before a beautiful weekend in store. Very similar to today. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures both days going to be right around 80 degrees. So if you have any outdoor plans, it is going to be perfect to get out there and enjoy it. And then finally, the rain we so desperately need, finally looking like we have a chance to see it early next week.
Beautiful. Thanks, Mike.
Sure.
In an unexpected announcement today, North Korea admitted failure. Its long-range rocket launch ended soon after takeoff, with the rocket breaking into pieces. The White House condemned the move as a provocative action that threatened security in the region. ABC's Karen Travers looks at what might happen next. Polls show women lean heavily Democratic and favor Obama by a wide margin in battleground states. A recent study by the Federal Trade Commission shows the number of identity theft complaints in each state. Get this, Florida was ranked number 2 on that list. In 2011, Florida had 178.7 complaints per 100,000. The Miami metropolitan area had the highest rate of identity in the Sunshine State. Deputy Carrie Gallup says some ways to protect your identity is by shredding all important paperwork. Don't give your information through email or phone, and avoid using obvious passwords.
I have a friend of mine who is actually a code writer for .NET, and he showed me where if your password is either all letters or all numbers, he can create a program that can hack it in about 20 seconds.
Now, if you are a victim of any kind of identity theft, Gallup says make sure to report it immediately and save all documents for evidence. George Zimmerman appeared for the first time in court. He faces second-degree murder in the shooting death of Trayvon Martin. A judge said that there is probable cause to move ahead with the case. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Sanford, Florida, with the very latest.
As George Zimmerman made his way into court, shackled and in this gray jumpsuit, for the first time, a man shrouded in so much mystery was finally unveiled and heard.
You are represented by Mr. O'Mara, is that true?
Yes, sir. This morning, ABC News has learned new details on why investigators are now seeking a second-degree murder charge. These court documents revealing investigators believe Zimmerman, quote, profiled Trayvon Martin, believing he was a criminal and then following him. ABC News has also learned Zimmerman is being kept in isolation for his own security and spent much of his first night in jail weeping.
George fully well realizes that he was involved in some way in the death of another young man. He does not take the result of that altercation lightly at all.
In an interview, Zimmerman's attorney, Mark O'Mara, exclusively tells ABC News his client had been in touch with law enforcement for weeks, but he was blindsided when he was charged.
Until the decision was made and announced, George Zimmerman may well have had the belief that he wasn't going to be charged at all.
Zimmerman's attorney now says his client is open to directly reaching out to Trayvon Martin's family.
What I want to happen is to have that conversation occur directly to the family.
Jail officials also released new details about Zimmerman's first day behind bars. This commissary receipt showing his clothes size, large, to the fact that he wears contacts, likes crossword puzzles, and apparently Fritos.
The first step for Mark O'Mara will be to try to get his client out of jail while the legal process continues. In these rough economic times, there are thousands of foreclosed homes, but did you also know when a home is foreclosed, it affects other people like taxpayers?
I'm Stacey Johnson. The American taxpayer.
Now from your local source, TV 20 News at noon in high definition.
Welcome back. When the government backs a mortgage that ends up in foreclosure, it's the taxpayer that loses. But when it's time to sell a foreclosed home cheap, can a taxpayer find a housing bargain? Not always, but here's Money reporter Stacey Johnson.
But still, nonetheless, a chance on Tuesday. All those days with temperatures in the low 80s. So hopefully you enjoy the weekend, enjoy the sun, enjoy the nice temperatures, and then enjoy the rain that we desperately need finally looking like it's going to come back to North Central Florida.
All righty then. Thanks, Mike.
Sure.
Two NBA legends are reuniting, but not in the way you think. We'll let you know about Magic and Bird and the reason they came back together in your Showbiz Wrap right after the break. Here are some of the stories we are working on for TV 20 News at 5:30 and 6. It's the last weekend to do your taxes. Can you expect long lines? Plus, Florida is ranked number 2 for the most foreclosures. We'll hear from a neighbor to see how he's being affected. And some may consider Newark's mayor a hero. We'll let you know what he did to earn that title. Those stories, sports, and weather tonight on TV 20 News, starting with 5:30 live. And now for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's Diana Alviar with the Showbiz Wrap.
Magic and Bird reunited for one night, not on the court, but on Broadway. The two NBA legends attended the premiere of the new play Magic Bird, which chronicles their history together.
They're going to see a friendship, they're going to see competitors, they're going to see winners, and they're going to see guys who cared about the game and played the game the right way.
The woman behind Harry Potter is back with a new novel, but J.K. Rowling's new book is for adults. Titled The Casual Vacancy, it will be released this September and is described as, quote, darkly comic. Finally, Guns N' Roses will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this weekend, but frontman Axl Rose won't be there. The 50-year-old rocker declined to be inducted because he says he's estranged from the rest of the band, especially Steven Adler and Slash, with whom he refuses to share the stage. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Diana Alviar, ABC News.
And take a last look at the weather with Mike. 3 words: warm, warm, warm.
And pretty nice as well. I hope you like the forecast today because it's going to be pretty much the same thing all weekend. If you like 80s and sun, I think you're in luck. And then I know we desperately need the rain, and it's coming back. But let's focus on the weekend first. Any outdoor plans, man, you cannot beat this. Mostly sunny and 80 for Saturday. Mostly sunny and 82 for Sunday. Another day of sun on Monday. And then finally, the much-needed rain. Looks like we're going to finally see it return at least one of these days, we're hoping. Looks like a 20% chance on Tuesday. Really going to be Tuesday night, the best chance for that rain to start. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, a better chance of rain moves in. All of those days with temperatures in the low to mid-80s. But finally, we need it so desperately. It finally looks like it's coming. Until then, lows reaching into the 50s, temperatures right around the 80s. Almost the same story 3 days in a row. So enjoy these nice conditions, and then enjoy the rain as well. We need it.
Well, that works. All right. Thanks, Mike. That's all the time we have for now. Have a fantabulous, beautiful Friday.
Coming up on TV 20 News at 5:30 and 6.
Last weekend to do your taxes, can you expect long lines? And Florida is ranked number 2 for the most Florida.
Coming up on TV 20 News at 5:30 and 6.
It's the last weekend to do your taxes. Can you expect long lines? Plus, Florida is ranked number 2 for the most foreclosures. Details tonight. Florida ranked number 2 for the most foreclosures. Details tonight.
I'm meteorologist Mike Gismondi, and here's a look at your extended forecast.
Testing, testing. Hello. Oh. Good for the University of Arkansas.